A missed charge can place a lion's authority under immediate pressure. In the wild, the ruler of the savanna does not always control the hunt. A single change in direction at the right moment can render an approach ineffective. Even when facing another predator, a small misstep can shift the balance entirely. What happens when a dominant force finds itself at a disadvantage? Lions are social big cats that live in groups, drawing strength from muscle and discipline. An adult male weighs around 400 pounds, with a mane that signals health and status. Across the African savanna, they often hunt at dawn, dusk, or during the night. Lionesses typically lead the hunt, while males defend the territory. For lions, power is not only about dominance, but also the responsibility of guiding the pride through the risks of survival. The African elephant is the largest land animal still living in the wild. An adult male can stand nearly 11 feet at the shoulder and weigh several thousand pounds. Its slow, steady movement may appear calm, but behind that massive form lies strong memory, a tightly structured social system, and an almost absolute instinct to protect the herd. To lions, this is not a typical food source, but a living fortress, challenged only when the grasslands grow scarce and easier opportunities begin to fade. Risk often begins when a pride attempts to approach a calf. They spread out, observe openings, and wait for a moment when the young elephant loses rhythm. But the response from adults is nearly immediate. The herd forms a defensive circle, facing outward while pushing the calf into the center. The trunk, with over 40,000 muscles, becomes a tool for controlling space, pulling, pushing, and creating distance that forces any approach to slow down. The situation becomes more intense when lions encounter a bull elephant in musth, a period when testosterone rises sharply and behavior becomes highly aggressive. Instead of ignoring the lions as it might at other times, the massive animal changes direction, accelerates to around 25 miles per hour, and drives straight toward the nearby group. Within seconds, the balance shifts completely. The lions recognize that in this encounter, a safe retreat is the most effective choice. In this confrontation, lions carry the strategy of hunters, but the African elephant holds the weight of unity and size. Against such a living fortress, even the confidence of big cats must give way. A zebra is not just a moving pattern of black and white across the grasslands. It is also one of the most resilient opponents a lion faces on the African savanna. An adult can weigh around 800 pounds, run over 40 miles per hour, and deliver a powerful kick that makes any hunter stay cautious. Behind that ordered beauty is a body built to absorb pressure and respond in an instant. Under the intense midday heat, a lone lioness bursts in from close range and lunges onto the flank of its target. The outcome seems decided. Instead of collapsing under the sudden force, the zebra immediately braces its balance, pivots sharply, and drives both hind legs upward with force. That sudden counter is enough to break the rhythm of the approach, forcing the predator to release its grip and step back to avoid greater risk. During migration, the challenge becomes even harsher at river entry points, where the ground slopes and herd formations often break apart. When a young lion attempts to hold onto a male zebra, the prey does not flee in confusion. It turns and bites back, reclaiming a critical moment, then creates its own chance to break free from the pressure point. In the wild, the zebra shows that not every prey animal simply runs. Some retain the qualities of a fighter, even when pushed to the edge of danger. Across the sun-scorched sands of Africa, the oryx stands out as one of the most resilient animals. With a muscular body weighing around 450 pounds and sharp horns extending over 35 inches, it is not an easy target. With these natural defenses, the oryx can make any predator hesitate before closing in. At the peak of the midday heat, two young lions begin to narrow the distance. They lack experience, but hunger pushes them to take the risk. Across from them, the oryx does not rush to flee. It stamps the ground, lowers its center of gravity, and angles its horns directly toward the point of greatest danger, creating a tense stillness across the shimmering sand. That composure changes the entire dynamic. Each time a lion searches for an angle to move in, the horns shift instantly, blocking the approach and gradually eroding the hunter's confidence. After several moments of hesitation, both lions step back and turn away, leaving space to the animal that defended itself through control and precision. African wild dogs are a symbol of discipline and collective strategy. Weighing only around 70 pounds, they do not rely on size, yet still make lions cautious through endurance, coordination, and a hunting success rate that can reach 80%. For lions, pushing wild dogs out of a hunting ground helps maintain control over food and territory. For wild dogs, it is a way to protect both their pack and their hard-earned catch. When a lioness chases a single wild dog and unintentionally moves into dense brush, the situation shifts instantly. A pack of around 30 does not rush in all at once, but moves as a rotating circle of pressure around the opponent. As the lion turns toward one direction, individuals on the opposite side close in briefly, then pull back. Pressure from multiple angles disrupts its rhythm and prevents it from securing a target. In the end, the lion can only hold position and wait for an opening to move out. If a lion manages to catch one individual at the edge of the group, the response is immediate. The entire pack converges on the exact point of contact, barking loudly, changing direction rapidly, and disrupting the space around the lion to draw attention away from the trapped member. This is no longer a gradual pressure tactic, but a rapid rescue response. In the end, the proud ruler of the savanna steps away from the encounter and moves toward a nearby tree to maintain a safer distance. Spotted hyenas are not just opportunistic scavengers. They are among the most formidable rivals of lions, driven by strict group coordination and a bite force of around 1,000 pounds per square inch. In the ongoing struggle for dominance across the savanna, this matriarchal species often pushes back against lions. When one or two lionesses have just secured a meal, they can quickly draw the attention of a hyena clan of around 20 members. A series of calls brings the group together into a wide, spreading formation. They do not rush in all at once, but move continuously, pressing in and pulling back from multiple directions. That sustained pressure disrupts the lion's rhythm, drains their energy, and can eventually force them to abandon their hard-earned catch. When a young lion charges in, grabs a hyena, and attempts to overpower it, the situation shifts immediately. The clan does not scatter in confusion. Their group instinct takes over almost instantly, and the entire pack turns back, moving straight toward the lion holding their companion. The rising noise and steady pressure from all sides quickly break the lion's focus. The lion's authority has never been absolute, especially when facing the African buffalo. An adult male can weigh around 2,000 pounds, with thick, curved horns forming a living shield. With that size, the buffalo is not only large prey, but also an opponent capable of forcing a predator to pay for a poorly timed approach. On the open grasslands, when a buffalo becomes separated and falls within range of a pride, the situation can shift quickly. Instead of breaking apart in panic, nearby buffalo often turn back, regroup into a defensive formation, and advance with collective force. Heads lower, hooves drive forward, and the tight formation is enough to make the lions hesitate. A brief delay can expose a predator to a powerful counter when its focus slips. In many cases, that unity forces the hunters to release the target and move back to a safer distance. Dominant bulls may take the lead, directing the formation, angling their horns forward, and pushing the threat toward higher ground, where close approaches become less effective. With the advantage gone, the lion is forced to withdraw, sometimes climbing onto a low branch to maintain distance. In the wild arena, the strongest answer to fear is often unity, and the African buffalo remains one of the most formidable challenges a lion can face. The dive unfolds in an instant, direct and filled with pressure. Birds of prey command the sky through altitude, vision, and precise timing. They disrupt a target's rhythm before it can find a way out. Even other predators remain cautious under the pressure of those talons. What makes these birds a presence that both sky and land must respect? The natural world is filled with unusual alliances. Along the edge of the Nile River, life sometimes begins in the least expected place. On sandy banks where crocodiles build their nests, a pair of water-thick knees quietly chooses a site for the next generation. They are not large, nor do they rely on overwhelming strength. Instead, their advantage lies in reading the environment and choosing the right neighbor. Near crocodiles, many egg predators remain cautious. But when a crocodile slides into the water to cool down, an opening quickly appears. A Nile monitor begins to follow scent trails across the sand, moving closer step by step. At once, the thick knee pair responds. They spread their wings, run low across the ground, and call out in steady alarm. This signal draws the intruder away from the nest and can also prompt the crocodile to return. Here, survival depends on selecting the right ally. Yet this partnership carries risk. A single careless movement from a crocodile can leave an egg broken. The parent quietly clears away the remaining shell to reduce scent traces. Even with loss present, it continues to incubate what remains, because that is the most effective path for survival. Life in Africa is measured by the ability to adapt. The weaver bird's nest stands as a clear example, a hanging woven pouch suspended from a branch about 20 feet above the ground, challenging gravity and many ground-based threats. But not every danger comes from below. The boomslang is a tree-dwelling snake, about 5 feet long, often searching for chicks and eggs in suspended nests. As it moves along a branch and quietly approaches the nest, the structure itself slows its advance. The hanging design, narrow entrance, and tightly woven fibers reduce the speed of its approach. That brief moment is enough for the flock to return. Alarm calls rise immediately. The weaver birds close in from the air, circling, swooping, and creating a continuous wave of pressure. Individually, each bird may be vulnerable, but together they can force the intruder to retreat from the nest. Young birds require strict protection during their first 3 weeks of life. Today, intelligent design and coordinated behavior allow them to overcome one of the most demanding challenges in the wild. The wild world is home to more than 550 species of birds of prey. From high mountains to coastal shores, their presence spans across the natural world. Each species carries a distinct form, shaped and refined by nature over time. Some dominate the heights, while others control the depths of the forest. Their true strength lies in how they read timing and opportunity. Evolution has shaped the peregrine falcon into the sky's ultimate speed specialist. Its streamlined body, pointed wings, and sharp vision allow it to control three-dimensional space, where even the smallest movement can create an opportunity. From thousands of feet above, the peregrine begins a high-pressure dive. It tucks its wings, reduces drag, and descends along a precise path. Its speed can reach around 200 miles per hour at the critical moment. At that velocity, the pursuit does not need to last long. Success belongs to the one that chooses the right target, the right angle, and the right timing. Its primary targets are other birds, from pigeons, starlings, and shorebirds to larger species such as wild ducks. In many aerial hunts, the success rate is often around 15%, showing that each dive is a demanding test of calculation and reflex. For that reason, some individuals store food on cliff ledges or in secure locations, conserving energy when hunting conditions change. In the vast sky, success does not favor the fastest alone, but the one that turns altitude, speed, and timing into a decisive advantage. At altitudes of several thousand feet, eagles spread their wings as symbols of power, instinct, and hunting intelligence. They command space through sharp vision, powerful wings, and the ability to choose the exact moment. On the African savanna, the martial eagle is one of the most formidable winged predators. With a wingspan of over 6.5 feet, it often soars high, using elevation and light to approach its target. When the moment opens, a fast, controlled, and precise dive can place intense pressure on a young antelope. Against ground-dwelling lizards, it relies on speed and surprise to complete the hunt. In the Amazon rainforest, the harpy eagle demonstrates strength in a different way. It moves silently through narrow gaps within the canopy. Its talons, measuring around 5 inches, are even larger than those of a North American grizzly bear. This advantage allows the harpy to maintain a firm hold in dense forest and control prey such as sloths or monkeys high above the ground. Across the steep mountain ranges of Europe and Central Asia, the golden eagle is a master of cliffside hunting. Its target is the young alpine ibex, a mountain goat weighing around 66 pounds. Rather than relying on raw force, the eagle grips the horns or head, beats its wings to disrupt the animal's balance, and forces it off its footing. Earth's gravity becomes the eagle's ultimate tool. A remarkable example of biomechanics, worthy of its title as the ruler of the skies. On the shallow lakes of North America, the American white pelican leaves its mark not through speed, but through size, endurance, and coordination. With a body weighing close to 16 pounds and a throat pouch that can temporarily hold about 3 gallons of water, it is built for group hunting. During the breeding season, energy demands rise sharply. Some individuals travel nearly 100 miles from nesting areas to reach fish-rich waters. When the group enters the lake, their movement is not chaotic. They form lines, beat their wings, tighten their spacing, and guide fish into shallow areas. There, the throat pouch becomes an efficient filtering tool, retaining fish while releasing water back into the lake. But the surface never belongs to a single species. When the pelicans lower their heads to filter, their field of view narrows for a few seconds. From the murky water, an American alligator approaches quietly, creating enough pressure for the group to break formation and take flight. On nesting islands, pelicans typically lay 2 to 3 eggs. Chicks grow on the food brought back by their parents, but high density also makes competition more apparent. On the water, every advantage has its limits. A single moment of lost control can shift the balance of survival. Behind their graceful glide over ocean waves, seagulls reveal themselves as remarkably clever opportunists. With a wingspan of nearly 4 feet in some larger species, they are agile enough to change direction quickly and close in on a target within moments. Can a brief lapse in awareness be enough to change everything? On calm lakes, a duckling or a pigeon that strays from safety is quickly followed. The seagull lowers its flight path, accelerates, and takes advantage of the instant the target loses rhythm. The encounter is brief, yet enough to turn still water into a scene of tension. Along the Atlantic cliffs, their strategy becomes even more refined. Each breeding season, puffins return to their familiar burrows, carrying sand eels for their young. Seagulls remember this pattern. They wait near the burrow entrance, choose the exact moment a puffin lands, then move in to take the fish directly from its beak. In just a few seconds, a meal changes hands. Even so, puffins do not give up easily. They slip quickly through narrow rock gaps and retreat into deeper burrows to protect what remains. What makes seagulls particularly formidable is their flexible jaw structure, allowing them to handle larger prey without the need to chew. Even a rabbit weighing close to 3 pounds can become an unexpected food source. When food is scarce, competition within the group intensifies, and weaker chicks may become targets. This is the harsh side of coastal survival, where opportunity can decide everything. In the end, the lion shows that dominance does not mean being beyond error. The savanna constantly tests every predator through speed, pressure, and timing. A single imprecise choice can unsettle even the strongest position. In nature, survival belongs to those who can adjust before it is too late. Be sure to like and subscribe to follow more wild moments like these.